All right, Raider Nation, it has just come out from The Athletic as well as other sources that the Las Vegas Raiders may be getting some payback against Josh McDaniels in week 1 of this regular season, as leaks have come out with the schedule, which will be announced here in just a couple of hours officially. But according to The Athletic and multiple other sources, the Raiders will be traveling to New England for their home opener. So we'll be traveling, we'll be away from home, and apparently the Raiders are probably not going to have a home game until week 3. I guess there is a big event, maybe a fight or something like that, that will be happening in Vegas in week 2, and so the Raiders are going to do their first 2 weeks as away games. Now this kind of sucks, but at the same time, it does appear that the Raiders may also have a Thursday night game at Allegiant Stadium, which is going to be absolutely nuts and insane. Cannot wait for that. We've got some big guys that we're going to have to go up against. Obviously, the Kansas City Chiefs and even the Super Bowl champions, the Philadelphia Eagles. If we can score some victories there, it will solidify the Raiders as being a premier team in the NFL once again. Now, you want to talk about premier? I want to talk about Box House. Box House is the premier leader right now when it comes to ADUs and pre-built, factory-built tiny homes delivered straight to your doorstep, basically. Guys, you got to check them out. My boy Kevin Ross over there, he's going to take good care of you. Got your phone number down there in the description for you, and I got the link to their website. Go and check them out if you need an ADU or you're looking into a tiny home to have delivered to your property. Now, listen, I also want to talk about one other thing before we get into the crux of this video, and that is there is a really cool project going on. It's a GoFundMe right now to plant 5,000 trees in the Utah desert, something that is near and close to my heart. So I'm going to leave a link to that in the description as well. Go and check that out and let me know if you guys are, caring about the environment as much as I do and you want to see more trees in the world where trees have been obliterated. Go and check it out. It's a great fundraiser. GoFundMe. The link is down in the description. So let's talk about what this means for the Las Vegas Raiders. Number one is Josh McDaniels came to the Raiders. He lasted 1.5 years and he gets fired because he was an absolute train wreck. He was terrible as a head coach. Now, this isn't anything to say anything about him as a person. I'm not going to get into the name calling him and calling him a piece of doo-doo and everything else that a lot of people do because I don't know the man personally. I don't know what goes through his head. I only know the results that he brought to the Raiders, and that's all I'm going to talk about, just results. The results with the Raiders is 2 losing seasons with him. A season and a half, to be fair to him, as he did get fired on Halloween night while he was out trick-or-treating with his kids. So maybe he is a good dad and, he's out there with his kids and stuff, but just not a good head coach. So now the Raiders are finally going to go and play against him. Now, he's not the head coach of New England. He's the offensive coordinator. And it doesn't matter because this game right here is definitely going to be a revenge game. This is one of those games where the Raiders have to go in there and the defense, Max Crosby, Christian Wilkins, Tyree Wilson, Malcolm Kuntz, these guys all have to absolutely ball out on that defensive line and crush Drake May. And if the Raiders do that, the Raiders will have a really good shot at winning that game. Now, offensively, I think the Raiders are going to have a field day because defensively, the New England Patriots aren't scaring anybody, right? Their defense is not anywhere near even a top 20 defense. So the Raiders should be able to run the ball with Ashton Genty. We should be able to throw the ball to Brock Bowers at will. We should be able to get guys like Jacoby Myers heavily involved in the game. Even rookie Jack Besh should be able to get involved in the game. And maybe even get a Dante Thornton Jr. and a Trey Tucker involved in the deep pass game. And so if the Raiders are able to do that, they're going to be able to score at least 28 points in this game. And if the Raiders defense can hold Drake May and that offense at bay, especially knowing the familiarity that this defense and these defensive players have when it comes to, McDaniels, had a brain fart there. When it comes to McDaniels' offense, we should have an advantage here. So I think that, in my opinion, this is a really good thing by the NFL to do. I love the fact that the Raiders are playing the Patriots in week 1 And if we get that victory, it is going to add fuel to the fire for the Raiders to continue on throughout the season. Now, one of the biggest games that we're going to play, if not the biggest game, obviously is going to be against the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles. Now, when it comes to the Philadelphia Eagles, there's two things that you have to keep in mind. Number one, you have to be able to protect Geno Smith because they do have a really good pass rush. Number two, they have the best running back in the NFL on their team. And so you have to be able to shut him down. Christian Wilkins, Tyree Wilson, Max Crosby, all these guys, they are going to have to shut down the run game of the Philadelphia Eagles. And if the Raiders can do that, you're going to force them to beat you through the pass. And I think that's where our young defensive backfield can really start to shine and get some interceptions. It will be a tough fought game because they're a very well coached team and they're the Super Bowl reigning champions. They're going to play us hard. I love it. I cannot wait to see it. And if the Raiders can get a dub there, that is definitely going to help supercharge the Raiders into the playoffs, because if you can beat the Super Bowl champs, you can beat anybody. Also, there's the every single year, Kansas City Chiefs and the Denver Broncos and the Chargers. I've already said this before. I think the Raiders can get the Chiefs now. I don't think that the Chiefs are going to have the dominant season. I think the AFC West right now is wide open, and that means that the Raiders have a chance to be in the hunt for winning the AFC West, because for too long, it's just been Patrick Mahomes. The Kansas City Chiefs win the AFC West year after year after year. But now you have up and comings. You have the Chargers. You have Denver getting better. And you certainly have the Raiders getting better. So it's anybody's game. It's going to be probably the hardest, tough fought division in all of football. But if the Raiders can win the division, that means we can get to a Super Bowl, because I honestly don't think that there are any better teams out there, minus maybe the Baltimore Ravens and the Buffalo Bills and the Philadelphia Eagles. Any of those three teams in the playoffs and a Super Bowl would be tough against. But I think that the Raiders, if they can win the AFC West, if they can beat KC 2 times, if they can beat the Chargers, if they can beat the Broncos, you can beat pretty much anybody. Guys, I want you to know one thing, and that is that we are less than 50 subscribers away from 12,000 subscribers on the channel and approaching quickly over 4 million views on the channel since we began only a year and a half ago. Amazing growth, and it's all thanks to you guys who keep coming back, watching these videos, commenting down below, and hitting that like button and the subscribe button. That's why we've gotten as far as we've gotten. Thanks to God, and thanks to all of you for being big time supporters. If you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, please help us hit that 12,000 mark this week by hitting that subscribe button right now. I'll see you guys in the next Raiders video.